favourite thing about Doctor Who has to be the aliens. So many different characters from so many different planets, and it gives me the chance to say right now, Raxacoricophalopatorius, one of my favourite words, and you know why, because it's Doctor Who. Everyone loves it, and my favourite character is here to talk to us. Please give a huge... Oh, I can hear him arriving. Yes, that familiar sound. A round of applause for Dan Starkey. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Welcome to the studio. It's good to see you. Now, of course, I want to call you Dan because that's your real name,
yes.
But you are Commander Strax to me. Let's take a look at you in the actual show. He's a very familiar character. He's a bit like a grumpy kid, really, isn't he?
Yes, he's an angry potato.
He is,
yes.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Well, luckily, in real life, you don't look that much like a potato.
Thankfully, yeah.
You have to wear prosthetics to achieve that effect.
Yes.
So let's talk about your head that's on the table here.
Yes, well, we've got Commander Strax's head here that gets glued onto mine.
Yes.
And which is quite an involved process. But yeah, it's sort of got two pieces to it. So as you can see here, there's a join that you can see that usually gets blended up because you can't see it on Strax there.
Yeah.
But there's a head part and there's kind of like a mask part. And so first of all, this head part goes on top of mine. It takes about 3 people just like wrench it out because it's quite a snug fit. And as you can see, it's quite solid on the inside.
Oh yeah, it's like a foam as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's quite soft.
It's sort of a silicone foam, and either side of my ears, it's about 3 inches or so. So once it's on, I'm a little bit hard of hearing. So it always makes it a bit interesting.
Well, of course, if the other actors have got lines, you've got to
yes.
listen for your cue, and
yes.
if you can't hear it, that makes it quite tough,
yeah.
doesn't it?
And then this part gets glued onto my face, and it all gets blended together. So it's yeah.
It's brilliant. So that takes how long?
It takes about 3 hours or so.
Which is
the
a
first
long
thing in the
time,
morning.
isn't it, to be
it's
sat
a little while, but usually it's very early in the morning, so I have a bit of a doze, and then I wake up, and then Strax is there in the mirror in front of me. So it's
a bit like a nightmare, really, isn't
yes.
it? So once you're into character, you've then got to play
yes.
Strax on set. I mean, what do you actually do to get yourself into that mindset to play this character? Because he's such fun to play, isn't he?
He's fantastic. I mean, it's very lucky in that so like the lines are very good, and so it always comes from the script first of all. And so like I see what Strax is doing in this episode, and also because I can't hear that much, I've got to do all my homework before I get on set and make sure I know what I'm doing and why I'm saying it and all that sort of thing.
Did the next character we're going to talk about come from you not being able to hear anything? Because obviously Commander Strax has got quite small ears, but
yes.
Randall Moon over there from Wizards vs Aliens has got enormous
considerably
ears,
larger. Yes.
Does that help? Can you hear more through those?
Yes. Well, if we sort of like have a look at this one, then Randall. It's a slightly different material that it's made out of. This one. There he is.
Look at him in full flow there.
Pointy. And he's got it's a thinner material in the first place, so it doesn't block my ears quite as much. But it's a very different sort of it's a very different design. So it's got more pieces to it. So you can see there's a back part which has got the ears on and goes around the back of my head. And then there are 2 bits to this, like the mask of it, one of which goes down to my lip, so it's just around there, and you can see it down there.
Yeah.
And then there's the actual chin, which is like the sort of strange kind of pink shark fin, sort of down there, and that sort of gets onto mine. And then also around the back, there's a bit that glues on to the back of my neck. Because, to give me Randall Moon's neck.
It's like a face jigsaw, isn't it?
Yes,
so
absolutely.
Does that take much longer because it's more involved?
No, it takes... With Strax, there's more painting up, because once it's on, it needs to be painted and looks nice, whereas this is all sort of pre-painted, but it takes about the same amount of time. There's more bits to it, so it still takes about 2.5, 3 hours or so.
What's it like when you're in the costumes? I mean, obviously, they look very different, and you've got to see yourself in the mirror to know that, but when you're in the costume, do you feel like different characters? How do you find who you're going to play and how you do it?
Yes, it does change your physicality as well, just also because Strax's costume, it's big and bulky, as you can see there.
Yeah.
And it sort of makes me stand in a certain way. With Randall, he's got a pointy head, he's got pointy ears, he's got a pointy nose, and he's got pointy fingers as well. And he's got a very different sort of quality. He gets very excited all the time as well, when he will be talking very, very high pitch like this. And Strax is much more down there, and he's like, he's just always having a bad day.
He's a proper grump, isn't he? I love Strax. He's quite funny as well. Do you get much chance to actually ad-lib on set and add funny lines in? And
I haven't done that in the episodes, but it's like all surrounding it. There's lots of fun that we have with yeah.
Well, I'm about to have the same amount of fun.
Okay.
Apparently, the people here at Blue Peter, in charge, have turned me into an alien. Now, I genuinely haven't seen this. So, can we see me as an alien?
Oh, lovely.
Right. So well, what do you say about that?
It's a bit of a space donkey.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got,
thanks.
Yes, he's got big nose and big ears.
Okay. So I've got.
Yeah.
It's like Elvis that's gone wrong a little bit, hasn't it? So what do I sound like then, Dan?
Well, I think you've got quite a broad mouth, and I think I can just hear it's like a donkey sort of going on. So perhaps a voice that's down like that. And he's very excited. See how excited he is with his eyes.
He sounds a bit like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, doesn't he?
Shaggy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So should I give that a go?
Yes, go on.
What's my name? What would I be called?
Donko.
Donko, the new Doctor Who alien. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Donko. Does that work? No? OK, not coming to a screen near you very soon. But the new series of Doctor Who is, let's get off this as quick as we can and talk about that. What can we expect from Strax in the new series? Without giving too much away.
Yeah, no. Strax, as ever, he's helping out the Doctor and especially Clara in this forthcoming episode. And he does his best. He gets the wrong end of the stick, as usual.
About right for him. And he has a new device designed by, I believe, interviewer called Arthur.
Yes, a new sonic device. And it's a lovely device, and it's kind of, it's quite delicate. And obviously Strax has got 3 big fingers. So you can see the fun he has in trying to sort of like use quite a delicate device with his big Sontaran hands.
Love it. So that's coming soon. Of course, Wizards vs. Aliens out in the autumn. Yes, new series.
In the autumn, and this again, I can't give much away, but we'll find out a lot more about Randall Moon's background, and it's all rather mysterious.
Fantastic. I like it when you're talking about Randall, you still do the fingers
Oh, yes.
thing.
I will be doing Randall Moon fingers.
A proper actor, and it's always a pleasure, Dan. Thank you very much.
You.
I should say thank you to Randall, Strax, and Dan Starkey. A round of applause, please. Well done. Thank you.